So, how you guys feeling today on Marketing Monday? Those of you who do not know me, my name is Christina Elkins Thomas, founder of Digital Marketing Mogul. I help business owners, bosses, and coaches find strategies to increase revenue and send conversions through the roof, aka business owners come to me when they're tired and exhausted and need a strategy to increase and monetize their existing businesses. So, what's good? I got YouTube over here, Facebook Live over here. Hello, everybody in Instagram land. I cannot see you popping in and popping out because I got my phone flipped backwards because the way my camera's set up is a situation. But thank you so much for joining me on Marketing Monday. So I started doing these videos like at the beginning of the year. I kind of stopped and now I'm doing them again. So today, those of you, I'm not sure. I do have a Facebook group that I talk in. And I was talking in that group last week, and I said I was going to come back this week, and I'm going to talk about some ways to market your business on Facebook, right? So, for those of you who are new to this whole situation, today is Marketing Monday. It's kind of like a thing here at Digital Marketing Mogul. So I'm just going to jump right into content. So if you're watching and you need to know what's going on, you can go ahead and get your pen and get your paper ready because content is about to start. So a little bit more about me. I've been helping businesses for about 4 years build and brand their businesses, monetize existing businesses, and birth out businesses. I've been helping people birth businesses who didn't even know, you know what I'm saying, that they could be making money and getting money this type of way. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a gift from God, for real. Like if I wasn't on here doing this video with you guys, I would still for sure be in person, like live in person, helping people build businesses, right? So we're going to talk about some ways to try to monetize and maximize your exposure on Facebook, some little tips and tricks of the trade in order to make your experience a little bit more meaningful. So I'm just going to give you guys a disclaimer. My kids they be on fleek. You might hear them in the background. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a business owner, I'm an artist. Some of you may be following my artist page. I'm set on living out my purpose, the full purpose, and managing and being a steward over the talents which God has given me and helping others do the same, right? So, yeah, so let's get into this content, right? So, some things that we can do in order to help our Facebook strategy when it comes to doing ads on Facebook, when it comes to advertising on Facebook, when it comes to just doing business on Facebook. And a lot of these things can be, you know, applied to Instagram as well. It doesn't just have to be just for Facebook. But these are some best kept practices that business owners should try to initiate in order to get the maximum exposure. Oh, my background. I have a certification in internet marketing. I'm a degree internet marketing strategist. And I also have like real world experience helping people build businesses, right? So I took all of that, put it in a blender. If you want to see a little bit more about the business, you can go to www.digitalmarketingmogul.net and see what's up and look around, make yourself at home. But yeah, so the first thing we need to do when developing a Facebook strategy is to have a clear idea of who we're talking to, right? So as everybody knows, you can post on social media for practically pennies on the dollar and actually get like customer acquisition for fairly cheap, right, on Facebook. But we have to know our niche. So especially if you're investing in Facebook ads, you want to, it's better to target, I'll put it like this. It's better to target to 100,000 people that you know are interested in what it is you're selling than to target to 1 million people and over 90% of those people don't even care about what it is that you're marketing, right? So know your niche. That's going to help you know like where to put your content, where to post your content, where your content's going to have the most impact. Because we don't want to just be out here posting for no reason, putting effort in, making flawless posts and not having them reach the people they need to reach, right? So the first thing I would say, if you're, and I'm sorry, I got like a habit of moving my hand in my hair, but yeah, so the first thing we want you to do is know your niche, know who you're talking to, know who it is that you're trying to reach. There's a specific market, because a lot of marketing is research and understanding your demographic, understanding your audience. People get paid big bucks just to do the research behind, you know, the niche and how to reach those generations, how to reach those numbers, how to reach those individuals, right? So knowing your niche is going to cut out some of the middle work. It's going to make it easier for you. Okay, so if you're on Facebook posting stuff, if you're on Instagram posting stuff, make sure you know your niche. Your niche is going to tell you what your hashtag should be. Your niche is going to tell you who to follow, who to target, if as far as to try to get to follow you, things like that. All right, so the second thing that every entrepreneur should be taking advantage of by way of either having a group or being part of a group is Facebook groups, right? So Facebook groups are a really, it's like Relish. Okay, and then those who know me know that I always have like all these like little sayings and stuff like that. Having a successful Facebook group for your business on Facebook is like Relish, right? So if you are a coach, a life coach, a fitness coach, a coach of sorts, and you're selling intellectual property, if you have like a um let's say a program, a coaching program, a group coaching program, if you are an educator online, having a group is instrumental, right? It's always good to have a group because it gives you an opportunity to touch, it gives you an opportunity to build community, to let people know who you are, what's your story, but also to give them an opportunity to share their stories. So if you're not taking advantage of Facebook groups, they have two advantages. One of them, it helps to increase your engagement. It helps with your brand. It gives people, it's like a bonus, especially if you're selling digital products. It's a bonus. It gives people a way to still connect to you. And I've seen people use these groups as, like I said, relish on their programs. They'll say, you'll have access to my Facebook group. And that gives you access to me, especially if you're a consultant or a coach with a high consulting rate. Like, and it's better to set, that's a pricing video. I'm not even gonna go into all that. I'm just gonna say having a good Facebook group is kind of like Relish because you get to have the opportunity to have people interact with you, interact with your brand, and kind of touch you. It's a touch point, right? So yeah, if you don't have a Facebook group and you're a coach, consultant of sorts, I would highly advise you to get one because it's going to give you opportunity to really connect with your audience and increase engagement. Now, if you don't have a group, not interested in having a group, but just kind of want to be able to post stuff, they have groups out there that are very strict, and then they have groups out there that will give you the opportunity to actually share, advertise what it is that you're doing, have conversations with other entrepreneurs, network without even leaving your house, girl. So yes, if you're not already in a Facebook group, there's a whole community, right? There's a whole community out there. And so you're missing out on sales, you're missing out on networking, you're missing out on opportunities to meet other professionals. Yes. So if you're not, even if you don't want to have one, it's good to join one, right? And then, so next I want to talk about, and let me see how many points I got. 5, 6. All right, so I got like 7 points. So now we're on the third point. So boosting ads versus ads, right? So when it comes to Facebook, boosting the ad is not the same as running a campaign. Boosting the ad is just going to do just that. It's going to show your ad to people, right? When you actually run an ad campaign, it opens you up to more. It's not just like I'm just boosting this just on Facebook, but it's going to take you to a different level in your targeting. It's going to take you to a different level in your analytics, being able to figure out what's going on, what you're doing, and how you're going to do it, right? So I will always recommend putting a real ad campaign out versus just boosting the ad, because you're going to get your bang for your buck if you actually do an ad. Because I hate it when, you boost it and you think you're really doing something, and then it comes back after it's over and it's like, oh, do you want to turn this into an ad? So I think that the ads go further than boosting, right? So it's important to, again, target to a specific group of individuals. That's when knowing who we are and knowing who we're talking to comes in. It really helps out when it comes to boosting the ads versus putting the ads out there. I'm an advocate for ads. Those of you who know, the Facebook ads they also go on Instagram. So once you get one, you're good to go. I think video goes a lot further than ads, but that's a whole different video. But yeah. All right, so the next thing we want to do when creating Facebook ads is to do A/B testing, okay? So what is A/B testing? A/B testing is having more than one ad run and being able to see the difference between one ad versus another ad. You might have one ad that actually reaches people in a different way, that gets higher engagements, that gets more clicks than another one. And a lot of you guys, and this is somewhat advanced marketing for those of you who are online, who are familiar with funnels and things like that. So if you have an A/B testing, they always want you to test, like, and it doesn't matter what type of digital ad you're doing. They experts always want you to test A/B so that you can see, which one is performing better. I'm an advocate of video more so than regular just pictures, but I don't know. I feel like video gives you opportunity. It gives people opportunity to get your vibe, right? So whatever it is that you're doing, you do it on a video, they get your vibe. If they connect with your vibe, it's like a better chance of them connecting with your brand. But it's always important to do A/B testing on your ads. And again, this is somewhat more advanced. So those of you who are familiar with lead pages, those of you who are familiar with like ClickFunnels and stuff like that, those different software that give you opportunity to create ads, you guys know that they offer A/B testing. Like, you might see it when you're building your ad, when you're building your funnel. You might actually see it on ClickFunnels or lead pages or those different places to give you the opportunity to have a landing page, right? So yeah. But A/B testing, and make sure that whenever you do your A/B testing, that you're creating a funnel that makes sense and a compelling funnel. We want to create content that actually brings people in, that compels them to come into whatever it is that we're doing, so that it'll make it easier for us, right? And so I think that relatability is important. And in creating compelling ads, like, you want people to really connect with you and to connect with your brand. You really only have like 6 seconds, between 6 and 14 seconds to get people's attention, especially with the way social media is set up. So we really want to like make sure that when an ad is out there, it's something that's actually interesting. It's going to make people like pay attention, right? So now I want to talk about what to share. So this one is kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky, right? So we don't want to get on people's nerves, right? And at the same time, we don't want to come across as too salesy. So, when it comes to knowing what to share, is very, very, very important. When you are putting your social media strategy together, your social media campaign of sorts, when you're planning out your content, things of that nature. I believe in planning out content. They have a lot of different ways to do it. They have a lot of different platforms to do it, a lot of different software that gives you opportunities to do it. But I'm a really big advocate of planning software out, because it gives you opportunity to like really be able to know what it is that you're putting together. But I want to talk about what to share, because like I was saying, we don't want to get on people's nerves by like overly posting things that people don't really care about. We don't want to be that one person that's like always posting something depressing, especially if it's for your business. Now, I believe that you should always have a business page that's separate from your actual like personal page. That's just me. Like, have a personal page, connect with your homies. Have like, if you're a person who does personal branding, then you're just gonna have to make a decision, like, am I going to use my name for fun, or am I going to use my name for business, right? So people really connect with personal brands, but there is a way to brand yourself. And this is a totally different conversation. Let me check and see what they're doing on. So yeah. So when we make the decision, now there's a way to do personal branding within a brand, right? It just depends on how you do it. So you can have a brand name and still kind of throw that personal branding aspect into it, or you can just be the brand, right? There's a way to do it. You got to finesse it a certain type of way though. But we're going to talk about what to share, because we don't want to be sharing about how, like, if we're in a fight with our spouse, or if you don't want to share like if you and your best friend are feuding, or if you and your business partner are having disagreements. The worst thing to do is to be in your feelings, right? Don't be in your feelings with it. Just, what I'm saying, keep it moving, do what you got to do. Stay mature, especially when it comes to content. Now, that's when the niche comes in. So if a person is a personal trainer or a fitness person, then of course they're going to post things that are kind of motivational, pictures of them in the gym, videos of them doing reps of certain things, before and after pictures, things like that. That's the content that matches that particular, I don't want to say culture, but that's the native content to that particular niche. Every niche, and when I say niche, that's just to specify, it's like very targeted group of individuals who are within a specific situation, right? So every niche has a native vibe. I'll just call it a vibe. So it's certain types of content that match that particular niche. So um yeah, so if you're like a baker or something like that, you will have recipes. Or if you're you could be like a healthy fitness eating person or something, and you will have like recipes and picture of clean foods and good foods and just vibrant pictures, right? And it depends, because like sometimes musical artists will have like a vibe of dark, like a theme of dark colored pictures. So it just depends. But I just want to give you some pointers on what to share. So some things that, one thing that can increase your engagement that you can share is to ask questions, asking your audience questions, especially early on. Like, and guys, don't get discouraged when you are just starting out. Like, I don't even know who this is for, but do not get discouraged when you're first starting out, because it's not even fair to like grade yourself on the same level as somebody who's been in the game for like years and years and years when you're just starting out, right? So we want to make sure that we're creating compelling content and that we're asking questions, especially early on. If you're just starting out, like let's say you have your business, you're still getting your branding together, you're still getting your website, you're trying to become more consistent in your posting. It's totally fine, like if you don't have a gazillion followers right now, because there are different ways and different strategies, different tools that you can use to build your audience without doing it in a way that compromises the nature of the beast of what it is, all things social media, right? So there's a way to grow your brand, there's a way to grow your audience. There are tools out there that give you a way to do it in a way that's respectable, in a way that is ethical. So yeah, we could talk about that. I can like create situations where we can talk about that, but that's really not what this is about. I'm basically saying early on, if you want to have the best engagement for your business on your group or whatever your social media presence, ask questions. It's always good to ask questions because people see things coming down their feet all the time, and a question kind of throws them off, especially if it's something like I said, native to that particular brand or whatever it is that you're doing. People want to know, right? So we can ask questions. The next thing you could do is tell a story, right? So you could talk about a customer who you helped out, a customer who was happy with your services. You could tell a story like just saying how much fun you're having doing whatever it is that you're doing. You could tell a story about like why you went into business, or why you decided to become a business owner. Like whatever it is, storytelling is in your copy. Storytelling is what's going to allow people to connect to your brand. It's part of everything we do, especially on social media. It's an opportunity for you to talk about, for people to get to know you. Like it, I mean, and it could be real, it could be relatable, a struggle that you had overcome, an obstacle that you overcame, like a customer who had an obstacle that you fixed, right? So here's the thing. We don't, and that takes me into my next point, and that is the 80-20 rule. Right? So when it comes to posting content, you don't want to be overly salesy. You want to make sure that, especially if you're a personal brand, have fun, right? Just live life, have fun, show pictures of you living life, show pictures of you having fun, doing your thing, rocking out. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm stuffy. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, it could be because I'm in my attic right now, but I'm not even gonna go. Long story short, have fun, right? And they have this thing called the 80-20 rule. So what is the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule says that you should post content that's 80% non-promotional and 20% promotional. Why is that? Because we don't want to like be super salesy. Like you don't want to be that person. I mean, you can if you want to, but okay. So there's the 80-20 rule. There are two different ways to do this thing. Either we're going to be that person who's always selling something and set the tone, because when you're running your business, when you're setting your social media up, it's kind of like a relationship, right? You're teaching people how to treat you from the beginning. So if you want to have that relationship like gimme out the gate, then that's do what you got to do. But there's another way to do it where there's a give and take to it, right? It's called the law of reciprocity or something like that. And the law of reciprocity is just saying that like you give and take. So it's like a relationship where you give information, you give content, you give, things to people. Like that's why you see a lot of people doing like free webinars and stuff like that, because this the law of reciprocity, right? So you give like a 4-day email training, or you give a webinar for free, but then once they give you all the game for free, then it kind of reciprocates itself, right? So depending on how you want to set up your vibe or your brand voice or whatever when you're online, there's this rule called the 80-20 rule. So if you want to follow that rule, it's fine, but what the rule says is 80% non-promotional, 20% promotional, right? So 80% of my content is going to be about asking questions and telling stories and giving testimonials and inspiring, and then 20% of it is, yeah, but I got the business for you though, boo. So come on and get this business, right? So that's how we doing it. So yeah. And I think that's it for me. Like, I'm up to 20 minutes. I could go on and on. I would open up for Q&A, but I really don't have it like that right at this second. So it's cool. It's going to grow. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, so the 80-20 rule again says 80% non-promotional, 20% promotional. So the number one mistake that I see a lot of people make is not having a specific niche, or having a niche and not knowing what it is, like, or not being strategic about it, or not really being aware of it. But that is easy. That's an easy fix. I had a class called Attracting Your Ideal Audience that I did, but I'm in the process of creating a new situation, so I really don't have anything for you guys but these Marketing Mondays. So those of you who don't know, those of you who rock with me already know today is Marketing Monday, aka Free Game Monday. And instead of like doing a consultation, I choose topics that relate to marketing, social media marketing, things of that nature, and I share it with you. So I want to say thank you so much. And y'all know my baby be on fleek. Those of you who know me, and if you don't know me, get to know me. Go grab you a cup of cappuccino or tea or whatever it is that you, yeah, my baby. Hi, baby. You gonna say hi to the people? Come here, say hi to the people. Come here. You gonna say hi to the people? So yeah, my baby be on fleek. I have to come and hide from him sometimes in order to do these videos. Say hi. Hi. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, so yeah. He be on fleek sometimes, but yeah. Those of you who know me know. Y'all already know what it is. I'm going to get a t-shirt made called My Baby Be on Fleek. But anyway, I'm going to go. And I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for, taking some time out to get some marketing tips. I am in the process of transitioning myself and just getting myself like in this mold, right? So if you were my business bestie, I would say to you that for the rest of 2018, up into throughout 2019, I'm minding my business, right? That will free you up on a whole nother level, right? It will free you up. So I really don't have time to be, and this is just off record, like I really don't have time to be wasting time, because I have to help you guys build businesses, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. I just don't have time, boo. So let's bind our business together. Link up on these Marketing Mondays. So if you want to catch me on Marketing Monday, you can catch me on the Digital Marketing Mogul page. There's actually a Facebook page. I'm going to also do it in the Facebook on Instagram Live as well. And then I'm going to post a YouTube video for it. If I could figure out how to turn this YouTube video into an MP3 file, I might turn it into a podcast and like resurface it and restructure it and just get the full thing out of this content, right? I'm gonna squeeze that content like a lemon and just get all the juice out of it that I can. So I know there's a way that you could take a YouTube video and convert it into an MP3, and if I get the victory over that, y'all might just have a Digital Marketing podcast in a minute. But so yeah, this video, so if it ever turns into a podcast situation, if I have enough time to do that, then just know that you don't have to just listen to it. You can actually see it live on Mondays at 9 p.m. on Facebook, on the Digital Marketing Mogul Facebook page. You can also see it on Instagram Live, and you'll see it on YouTube as a weekly video. So again, my name is Christina Elkins Thomas, founder of Digital Marketing Mogul. I help business owners, bosses, and coaches find strategies to increase revenue and send conversions through the roof. Business owners come to me when they're tired and exhausted and need a strategy for their marketing, social media, things of that nature. I help business owners monetize their existing businesses, right? So again, thank you guys so much. And I know I've been all over the place. bouncing all over the place. My lighting is off, but I'm gonna be great today regardless. Like, no excuses. And again, thank you so much for popping in and checking me out this week. And I can't wait to see you guys next week at 9 p.m. I started a little bit early, but yeah, next week 9 p.m. For this live video on marketing. So again, thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.